What is going on, Movie Meals? Movie Meals. Thank you, Movie Meal patrons, Kimberly, Karen. Go get some merch, guys. Help us to get to that 2,000. Get one of these hoodies. We're going to give one away to a fan who helps us get 2,000 by commenting, liking, sharing videos around. We really appreciate the support. We got lots of stuff up now. Strike Habit and Priscilla reviews up. Loki reviews up. Podcast drops tomorrow. Lots of really good stuff. Podcast talk about is Marvel in shambles, the strike ending, all those kind of things. So, but we're here for the Marvels to talk about Marvel and its shambles. So let's get into it here. Kyle, what were your positives, pal, of the Marvels?
I came away having a good time with this one. I wasn't a fan of the first Captain Marvel movie. I just felt it was average, fine, but there just wasn't anything that left me feeling it was very memorable or very entertained, I suppose. Direction felt very lackluster in that one, but here, luckily with Nia DaCosta at the helm now, I think she was able to turn around for the character of Captain Marvel. I already enjoyed Brie Larson's performance of Captain Marvel to begin with, although I do think she was held back by poor direction the first one. Here,
she was.
I felt like she still stayed in character, but was able to, I don't want to be rude and say loosen up, but I think there just was a lot more of differentiating personalities. There was able to be explored a bit more with the performance from Brie Larson to make the character be a little bit more interesting, be a little bit more entertaining to watch, and not just staying with stoic due to the memory loss aspect of the movie, which also comes into play a little bit, which I was happy about because it does make the character a bit more interesting. But on top of that, she also had I would say a better supporting cast to work with, including the likes of Iman Vellani and Teyonah Parris. I thought the two of them were really great paired with Brie Larson, especially Iman. She, of course, was in Ms. Marvel. And I'm sure if people haven't seen her show, she's a delight in that as well, but she's also great here. And I thought Teyonah Parris also did a pretty good job working off of Brie Larson, especially since her character and Brie's have an established relationship from the first movie. But really what it comes down to is Nia DaCosta's direction. I know that she was saying in the press that she felt like she had a hard time working on the set, and that she was understanding that it's more of Kevin Feige's project compared to her own. But even still, I thought she was really playful in terms of how to make the characters bounce off of each other, how to make the space adventure have a bit of a pop to it, make it more exciting. And I thought the direction and camera work was some of the better stuff that I've seen from Marvel lately. I thought that it helped just make the action scenes, a bit more of the comedic touches on it, have a bit more life to it compared to what I think the first movie really lacked thereof. So, and I also would say the special effects are a step up from many of the last projects that we've seen. So hopefully that sticks around. But for this movie, I thought they were pretty good. So all in all, I had a lot more fun with this one. I thought it was a better step in the right direction for the character. And yeah, I just really liked Nia DaCosta and how she was able to take what was established and just take it a step above, make it a notch better than what we've had before. So I was entertained and I liked it.
Kyle, was this movie a hit or a miss?
I would say it's a hit.
That's a hit. Kyle's up to 5 hits.
If it go to our podcast tomorrow.
I still have the notes. Go check out the podcast. Talk about Marvel's hits and misses. I also would say it's a hit. That puts me at 12 hits and Kyle at 9. Incredible. I went in. I liked the first Captain Marvel. I didn't mind it. I think it is middle of the road. I don't necessarily disagree with any points, but I will never not, I think, love something Brie Larson's in. She is a talent. So I went into this hopeful, curious, and I left very excited. Iman Vellani steals the show. She's fantastic. Yeah. She saves the movie, I think, arguably. I also would agree that Nia DaCosta saves the movie because her direction is better. I think her fight scenes, specifically the fight at the beginning, the first real fight, we know their powers are intertwined. That's in the trailers when it's kind of all that first stuff's going on. I
Mhm.
thought that was excellent. It was some of the best MCU fighting I feel I've seen in a while. I loved the editing. I loved the cutting. I thought that was excellent. I do agree that Brie gets more to do here. She has a better director who allows her to do more. And that, I think, definitely oozes off screen, or off the screen into the audience. I thought um, Tiona, is that how you say it? Tiona Paris?
I think so. I wasn't able to check, so apologies if we did mispronounce
If we
it. But
butcher the name, but she was good too. She was great in WandaVision. I thought she was excellent here. I
mhm.
thought the whole cast did a really good job. I think the movie it's quick. It's under 2 hours. I thought all that was excellent. I do think the CGI looked great. I didn't see any moment where I was like, until the end, till the very, very end. And I'm talking the after credit scene. The after credit scene, which we knew was coming, had some of the worst CGI, She-Hulk bad CGI that made me want to rip hair out. It was so bad. Outside of that, though, the actual movie was great. Um, it sounds like what Nina DaCosta did is she played ball. And we've heard that for years and years and years. Did this director play or did this director not? It is Kevin Feige's movie. We know that. This is his babies. Does he let you have some creative freedom and stuff? Yes. Do you have to hit certain things? Yes. We've heard that from other directors, and I think Nina did a great job with everything she was given. If it was stressful for her on set, that kind of stinks, but she made a really good product. I do want to say, before we get to the negatives, that I have seen a tweet going around making the rounds. Have you seen this tweet about
You'll have to be more
Kamala
specific.
Khan, about Kamala
You'll have to be more
Khan's
specific.
character? I'm telling you right now, that's the specifics, pal. Kamala Khan, have you seen
I,
the one about people are saying, somebody tweeted that they said, now that everybody's seen the Marvels, do you think the Kamala Khan's obsession with Captain Marvel got a little old?
okay.
And it's making the rounds like crazy. A lot of people agreeing. A lot of people saying you are just sexist. Like, I didn't hear any complaints about this with Peter Parker's complete obsession over Tony Stark. Haven't heard
Sure.
this with,
Yeah.
Phil Coulson back in the day, obsessed with
hmm
Captain America. So I hate those people who are tweeting those things and saying that. That was the best part of the movie, was her comedy and her goofiness and she was
And
so
she
good.
also. Oh, I shouldn't. Never mind. I won't. That almost was a spoiler. I won't say anything else.
She
But
was
there's an
so
arc with that.
good. There is an arc a little bit, but there's also some truth to it. She reminded
hmm
me so much of when Tom Holland shows up in his first movie in Civil War. He, like, you could feel the presence of just her joy to be there, and I loved that, and it oozed off screen, and it made me think I want her to be around more often. I'm ready for her to be maybe one of the main new faces. I don't necessarily love her powers, but I love the character. I'm starting to really enjoy her, so I would love that moving forward. But anyway, Kyle, what were your negatives of the film?
I can't really say that there was anything I took away that I would put in the negative category. I suppose that there could be people who love this franchise who I would say would not like the sci-fi techno babble when it comes to like how the power sets are explained, how like the time element stuff is explained, the space stuff, like all the sci-fi elements in this like is kind of explained, but like you don't really register what it all means because no one knows what it means. It's a fictional movie, it's make believe anyway. I could just see some people in the fan base not liking that, like they would rather things to be exactly explained so that way they have an understanding for like world building purposes or whatever. But for me, I found enjoyment with the characters and with the story, so I'm fine with, that the sci-fi element stuff that just doesn't really matter to just be explained quickly. But I am sure that that could be a negative for some other people, so I guess if that's what you like out of the movies, then you probably won't like that aspect, but I'm fine with it, and I'm kind of reaching there. Otherwise, I had a pleasantly good time with this.
I don't really necessarily have any big negatives either. Maybe the biggest thing would be the villain. I thought the actress did a great job, but the villain is very cookie cutter. We've seen this a million times in a million MCU movies of the villain just showing up, starting them, here's the bad thing I'm going to do. I do like some of the twists that they do with what the villain's motives are. I appreciated that, but
Sure, yeah.
still felt cookie cutter at times. Um,
I liked her
That,
evil snarl. She
yeah,
had like
and
a evil grin, evil snarl that I thought was
that's
good.
Tom Hiddleston's partner. So that's pretty cool to see that Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston and her having a really great, I think, back to back. This movie's tracking to be the worst MCU movie in box office opening weekend ever.
Mm.
A lot of reasons could come because of that. I've been seeing that debate online a lot this weekend of why it is, why it isn't. Some people are blaming the actor strike. I think that's part of it. I think you also see a movie like Five Nights at Freddy's that does great during a strike, a movie like Oppenheimer that does great during a strike, or Barbie. Um, I think that is part of it, though. I think with the MCU, you need those actors out there promoting their movies. But I think there's a lot of things around it. And I just don't. There's a group of people who are just sexist losers who just hate Captain Marvel and they hate the character and they're not going to go see it, which at least they did that this time. Instead of going to see it and then whining about it, at least just don't go see it. Like that's what we've been saying for years. If you don't sit there and whine about a movie and then go see it, just don't go see it then. But I really liked it. This is better than a lot of the MCU movies I've seen as of late. There are movies in the past MCU that I think this is better than. I do not think it's bad. I don't think it's so overly amazing, but I really did like it. So, yeah. Anything else, Kyle?
No, I think we said all we needed to say. Good movie. Hope people go out and give it a chance because, yeah, it's a good watch. It's a good time.
All right, guys. What do you think? Comment below. Let us know. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, thank you to Movie Meal patrons. And thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.